Hello and welcome back to the Metamystic Show. This is a collective timeless reading, and we are going to do a reading for the month of February on my next episode, so stay tuned for that. But let's just see what's going on today. What do we need to know? What to look out for? Somebody might be coming around here. 1, 2, 3. I just heard somebody say, don't come around these parts. So this could be somebody who's unwanted, an unwanted visitor. We have the Four of Pentacles here. I feel like you're holding back from whoever this person is. I'm hearing, I am thankful that I learned the lesson through our relationship to understand what balanced, equal give and take actually is, because you didn't give me much. So that forced me to look at myself in a different way. What was I allowing? And what did I build up as the way that I present myself in your eyes to make you feel like you could take advantage of me that way? Those are the words that I'm getting channeled. 10 of Cups here. So who is this person? Well, they could be somebody you have a family with, somebody who you considered family, or this could be an actual family member here. I'm hearing cousin for somebody. But there definitely was a valuable lesson learned through your relationship with this person. And I'm hearing my past relationship with this person. You'll know who this is for you. It's like you felt like you had to beg this person for crumbs. That's what I'm getting. And it helped you understand that you had a part to play in this. And I've learned this lesson as well. That's why I'm able to speak on it, right? It's this feeling of, it's a striking realization. I had the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck at the start and I didn't say anything. But that can be like an awakening moment. Like, oh my God, I'm the one that built this dynamic with this person brick by brick, even if they were the ones being an asshole to start, right? If they were withholding, for example, like say you gave your love to them and then they withheld, Four of Pentacles, and didn't give you much in return, if anything at all. I'm hearing you say again, you just broke my heart one too many times. So whoever this person is for you, I feel like that's what your stance is on this situation. But of course, the irony is that these sorts of people, they come around later cloaked in the same energy that you always wished that they would show up in. Like, you could have always shown up as the Page of Cups, just there to love them, there to support them. And then they met you with nothing in return. And for some here, they met you with pain in return. And a lot of anxiety and wondering. For some, Two of Cups. For some, if this was like a romantic relationship, a lot of you knew from the start that something was off. You could be somebody that has dreams with the Nine of Swords and the High Priestess. You could have seen things in dreams. I've learned this lesson the hard way, where I would have very specific dreams and I would wake up the next day. And it's like I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe that could be true. So what I'm seeing here is if this was a relationship for you, and this could be family as well. It doesn't have to just be romantic, but let me just say it this way here. I feel like you didn't know if it was ever on solid ground with this person. It's like you would build something up with the Eight of Pentacles. You felt like you had something mastered, so to speak. Like you knew who this person was. You knew you feel like you felt like you understood who this person was. And then all of a sudden it's like the rug would be pulled out from under you and you had to ask basic questions in the situation, like, what are we? How does this person feel about me? Am I worth it to this person? It's like I'm seeing you having to balance yourself out again and again and again with whoever this person is for you. And I feel like for some here, you just simply got sick of it. You couldn't play the game anymore because I'm seeing a cat and mouse situation. I feel like this is the crazy part. This relationship helped you to trust your intuition more than ever, because I feel like for a lot of people here, you saw the signs. I saw the sign. Opened up my eyes, I saw the sign. It's like you saw the sign from the start, but you just didn't want to believe it. I feel like you're not going to put yourself I'm hearing a juxtaposition. You're not going to put yourself in a situation like this again where you see the signs and you turn yourself away from it. We do have the Eight of Cups here. I feel like where you're at currently, or you're about to come to this conclusion, if this is resonating with you, I feel like you're about to move away from this situation. Sorry, guys. Still getting over my, I had like a really crazy flu / pneumonia situation. So anyways, I feel like you are detaching from this person, but see these two eights, the Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups? It's like you had to dismantle this, because that's sometimes what happens with people like this when they feel like they can get a good deal out of you, where you give everything and they give nothing, essentially. Let's just keep it snappy. We have Pisces, Libra, and Cancer here, and Aquarius in terms of signs, by the way. But if somebody feels like they can get a good deal out of you, you give everything, they give nothing or very little, they're not gonna be the ones to take themselves out of that deal. It's kind of like if you receive, say let's take this as an example. If you receive a $500 payment into your bank account every single month at, noon, at this time, on this day, if you receive that $500, are you going to stop receiving it? Like, that's how this person would see it. It's like, even if this person walked away, even if this person detached from you, even if this person hurt you, it's like this person feels like they can just come back around whenever they want. And for some of you, this is a family member. I'm hearing cousin again. It could also be like a sibling. It could also be a parent. But if it's not family, this is like a longtime friend. Like, this is somebody intimate with you. This isn't just some person you know from work, or like a friend that you met, in a new club that you're in or something like that. This 10 of Cups to me is something that's been established for a long time, right? So this is somebody you know well. And they look at you like you're easy to pull the strings on, you're easy to take advantage, because maybe in the past you were that way. I was that way. And that's why I feel like there's a side of you that actually is grateful that you were able to glean the wisdom from this experience with this person to understand the mirror of what you contributed to the situation as well. And I know that that's a hard part of the lesson. It's hard for me as well. And it's been very hard for me to look at that, especially if in more extreme cases, this can be like DV. This can be words that were said that could like destroy a person's confidence. This could have been cheating. This could have been lying on your name. Something was unjust here. And this person got away with it for quite a while is what I'm getting. And I feel like for some of you here, if you are just beginning this healing journey, trust me, it's going to be worth it. As you're moving into this star energy, it's like you're never going to repeat the same mistake again, because once you learn the Six of Pentacles lesson, it's hard to unsee it. Like, if you give to somebody and they give you nothing back or very little, it's hard to even want to put yourself in that situation again, because you already know what it is. It's a familiar energy, and we do have the High Priestess here, so I feel like you're a very intuitive person as well. And combined with the Justice card, it shows me that not only do you get like intuitive hits and downloads and like intuition about people and situations, you also understand the spiritual laws surrounding those things. Like, for example, this could be the law of reciprocity, the Six of Pentacles, where, you reap what you sow. Karma's karma, whether it's good or bad, it's gonna come back around. I feel like you understand with the Justice combined with the High Priestess why you're getting the intuitive hits, not just like, wow, this is some random information that I'm receiving. And we're gonna get to the cards, guys. This is just the opener. Kind of gather up the energy here. I feel like you can't be fooled from this point forward, and some of you are just coming to this understanding now, right? So don't be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up thinking, how could I have done this? How could I have allowed this? We've all allowed this in some way in different situations. So don't beat yourself up. This is all part of your evolution. And now you can be the leader in this situation. If you sense that something's off, then with the Chariot here, with going into the world, I feel like you might not even say anything. You might just move away and put an end to whatever that situation is. And I feel like with this Page of Cups, we could be seeing somebody come in. They could even come in saying, I wanted to say sorry. But then when you don't just immediately melt as they're speaking, they might start to get snippy with you and be like, well, I was just coming to apologize. It's like, just be aware. Be aware of people's tactics. They could say they're coming to quote unquote apologize, but if their ego flares up, even if you just twitch the wrong way, clearly they haven't changed. I feel like they missed your energy. They also are starting to see their life go down the tubes because your energy was the building blocks of a lot of their success in life. And it doesn't have to just be money, but with that Eight of Pentacles, it could be. It could be that they felt more confident to like go for certain positions at work or try new things, or they could have felt more stable. That King of Pentacles actually could be you that we saw here. Male, female, non-binary, however you identify, where you were like a rock for this person and they treated you like trash, didn't really give you any recognition for that in any way. Not saying we're looking for that, just saying in an equal, normal relationship, you care that you're putting the weight of your life on your partner, right? So what I'm seeing, and I'm getting text, by the way, as I'm speaking, just for confirmation of literally what I'm talking about here. I'm literally getting a Page of Cups situation coming through as we're talking. So let's get into these cards. I think we have the setup. Just don't be fooled is my point. I don't think you will be, but that's why we have this cute evil eye necklace. I just got this. My cat's meowing. Okay. Card number 1. Page of Swords. Yeah, I feel like when this person comes in, I feel like you're going to be in the state of observation. And what's interesting is like, they can't look at each other. So I feel like it's actually more like this person comes in and you're looking at them from behind. Like an aspect of you, like they can be facing you, talking to you, but I feel this aspect of you, this observer, is observing them as they're talking. Like you're looking at their body language, you're thinking about how they're talking to you. And this could all be through like text even. It doesn't have to be face to face. For some of you it's gonna be. But with the Page of Swords especially, this could be like an email, a text, over the phone even here. But for some, this is going to be in person. And this could be somebody you know very well. Like I was saying before, for some, I just heard the word neighbor. So I don't know if that's metaphorical or if it's literally your neighbor, like in the neighborhood. This could also be somebody, I'm getting the words monitoring spirit. This could be somebody coming in as a monitoring spirit to also observe how you react to them coming forward. And I know this stuff sounds out there, guys, but I personally believe in it. So that's why I talk about it. And I've believed in it for years. I used to call them familiar spirits back when I was a Christian. That's what I grew up with them being called. And I experienced that from the time I was a young girl, where I knew to not say certain things around certain people because I knew that I could sense the demonic entity connected to the person in the astral realm that was working through this person in order to, it's like a tentacles thing, and it would be more this. So just be wise, because this person might be trying to gauge your reaction. I just open up to the Ten of Swords. They might have done something, and then you could have pulled back with the Hermit, and now they're tiptoeing back around to gauge and see, well, can I come back in? Can I come back in? I'm getting a little bit low on reserves, and they're like itching and everything. It's like... This person, for some of you, this is an energy vampire, and they've run off your energy for many years, and they don't really give you anything in return for that. So I would just be aware, and I feel like the Hermit is also part of the advice, to keep yourself cloaked. Don't give this person any more information than you need to. But I feel like this Page of Swords is also you in an observer position. You know how we talk about in meditation to make yourself the observer and just kind of let your thoughts pass by like clouds and just kind of let them move away from you? That's kind of the energy I'm getting on this Page of Cups on how to deal with this situation. To just stay calm and stay cloaked with the Hermit, especially if this person tends to upset you, bait you, try to push you into saying things. I see this person, they're coming with a nice face at first, and then I'm seeing them immediately shift into a different character when they can sense that you are not open to this. I would gray rock. Even if this person's not a narcissist, I feel like it's a good tactic. And if you're new to that sort of lingo, basically gray rocking is kind of just keeping things as neutral as you possibly can, not giving much information, trying to not get emotional. It's very challenging. I will speak from personal experience. This has been something that's been very challenging for me because I'm the sort of person, I don't know about you guys, where if there's a problem, I love to talk it through. I love to help the person see it from my perspective so that they can understand where I'm coming from, and then I want to hear where they're coming from, and then it's very justice card, like we were talking about before, and I know you guys are this way as well, where it's like you want the truth to be on the table. You want all the information to be out there with the Page of Swords so that we can parse through it and we can come to a balanced, equal, fair conclusion that's at best good for both people. Makes both people feel seen. I just don't think you're going to get that with this person. But let's get deeper. I feel like this person, for some of you, is truly a monitoring spirit, and they feel you expanding and growing, and they want a piece of that pie. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, I just opened up to the devil. Be smart. We have the King of Swords here. Yeah, don't show this person your hand. Especially if you've already gone through the lesson with this person of the law of reciprocity, and you've understood that with that devil card that this person is actually an energy vampire, that you give, and they take, and withhold. And then when you don't give them anything, they poke you to get you to explode so that they can extract that energy. It doesn't matter if you're saying, I love you, and you're giving them chocolates or making them dinner or sleeping with them, or if you're in a screaming, raging fight where the cops are being called. It doesn't matter. They can extract from that energy. And that's just the way it is. Card number 2, we have the Lovers here. For some of you, this person is, I'm hearing a longtime friend, but this could also be a romantic partnership. For some of you here, I'm also seeing this as it's a card of the choice. It's a card of the crossroads. So I feel like when this person comes up to you, so to speak, the timer starts. I'm hearing the ticking of a timer. It's like your guides have like the stopwatch, and they're timing and they're watching. See, this could also be your guides watching. Because sometimes I see the Lovers, since there's the angel here, overseeing the situation. The situation's being overseen. You're not just going into this blindly, and they wouldn't allow for the situation to unfold in the way it is unless there were benefits that could be acquired from the situation. Because who I'm speaking to, you've already said, you've prayed, you've spoken to your guides, God, the divine, whoever you pray to, your ancestors. I'm seeing rosary beads for some here as well. Where you've said, like, I don't want to continue in this, like, down this road. I want to live a different sort of a life. I want to stop feeding into these sorts of, like, entities and energies and people that do this to me. Like, I want to take a new road. I want to take a new path, a higher vibrational path. This is Gemini energy. So this could even be, you know, with your community, with your friends, with those closest to you. It's like you want your life to be bright and full of love, and for there to be reciprocity, like even how there's the feminine and the masculine on this card. It's like you want there to be equal and divine balance in the realm of love specifically, is what I'm getting here. Anything else on this, Lovers? Yeah, this person might come in and be like, I love you. Maybe this person has even dated other people. Maybe you have. And it's like they see you as their long-term family. But if they 10 of Swords you to the point where you've had to heal, and for some you've had to actually get away in order to do that, how can this person just come in and expect that you're just going to be like fine with that? What makes them think that like they're just going to do it again in another form? Like, even if, like, for some of you, this person has like an sex addiction, like a corn addiction. For others of you, this person like hits on your friends. For others of you, this person's jealous of you. They don't like that you get a lot of attention. So in order to, like, out of a ego defense mechanism, this person tries to make it look like, well, see, you know, I can get a bunch of people too, or I could this, or I could that, but you're not trying to do anything. That's the difference. And if this person is too immature that they can't stand on their own 2 feet and actually be proud to have you on their arm as opposed to being intimidated and feeling like, well, why don't I get that sort of attention? That you can't change. I almost said you can't fix stupid. Well, yeah. You can't force somebody to be somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this person looks at you like they're somebody that they can steal from because you get all of these benefits according to them. With the star card, maybe some of you are like in some way seen. You could have a position at work that they're jealous of. You could be somebody who puts yourself on the internet, like maybe you post pictures of yourself on Instagram and this person gets upset by that. This person is very restrictive. They want to hold you down, and part of that reason, it's not because they love you, and I hate to just say it like this is not for everybody, but for some, it's not actually because they love you and they feel like, oh, they're going to lose you to some other person or whatever. Or that you're going to get too big for your britches and you're going to move away from them. No, for some of you, it's that they want all that juicy goodness for themselves. And so they want to keep you, I'm seeing them like locking you in a basement and connecting this like apparatus into your veins and like extracting this like star juice from your veins, metaphorically speaking, metamorphic. Yeah, this person could be a shapeshifter. You might feel like with this person, and I said it briefly at the start, you might feel like you build something up with this person with the 8 of Pentacles and it feels solid. With the King of Pentacles, you have a routine, things seem great, and then all of a sudden it's like you wake up and this person's a completely different person, and maybe they have a diagnosis, guys, right? That can happen. With those situations, and we don't shame people for mental illness. I hope that everybody gets the help they need, because I know a lot of people that live with all sorts of, different diagnoses, and they are able to just live in society normally and have great lives and stuff like that. So it's not that there's no hope for people. It's just that I feel like this person they lean on that. They use that. They threaten you and say that they're going to unalive themselves. They try to make you feel less than. They flirt with your friends in front of you. They try to put you down because they feel like you're untouchable. So you might feel like they look at you like you're weak, when in fact it's actually that they see you as strong, so they feel like they can just throw stuff at you again and again and again and again and again, and you'll be fine. And maybe that was your dynamic for a lot of years, but I feel like for a lot of you here, you've decided, I don't want that anymore. And if this is like a family member, I know that gets more complicated. I just open up to the Sun. It's like something has been exposed here. With the Knight of Swords, this person's pushy. And I feel like you just want to be away from that with the Six of Swords. I don't think you can be happy with this person because they're not happy. And the little bit of happiness that you're able to bolster up when you're in the presence of this person, I feel like they extract it from you. And if you don't give it willingly, they take it by force. So, and a lot of this stuff can be subconscious. I'm not saying people are sitting around plotting and planning, oh, I'm gonna go over to their house on Friday nights and I'm gonna extract their energy. I think they feel depleted, they feel like shit, and so they remember. I mean, Maya Angelou said this, and it's one of my favorite quotes. She said, people don't remember what you said or what you did. They remember how you make them feel. And that's a beautiful thing, but this person's demonized it against you. They've demonized your own gift of sun and warmth and happiness and creativity. They've used it as a weapon against you. Right? And I feel like part of your higher vibrational path is getting away from this person or people. or way of life, because this is a choice. This might be like moving from a location. This might be leaving a job, whatever this is for you. And it could be a couple of different things, depending. I feel like in the past, you thought that being, and me included, especially growing up as a Christian, right? You know, where you turn the other cheek and you just let people slap you, right? That's what's taught. So you might have thought that just letting these people take advantage of you was high vibrational, when in fact you're learning, you're seeing with the Page of Swords that high vibration is equal back and forth, and I don't have to fear for my life with the Nine of Swords. I don't have to be in a constant state of panic. I don't have to worry about what side of the bed this person woke up on this morning. I can live my life in peace and harmony, and the bricks that I lay don't get broken down. In fact, this person helps me build it. Whoever this person is, whatever role you need a person like that to fill. And if we show up in that energy, then we can expect that we can receive that sort of energy in return. And I feel like that's where a lot of us are at. We could be in kind of an interim period where we've evolved, we've ascended to a certain degree, where now we're able to see things for as they are. We understand, we have empathy, we care about people, but we also care about ourselves. And we need to do what's best for us. And I feel like we're kind of in this period between I've learned this lesson and now I'm about to experience a new sort of a life, a higher vibrational life where I can receive love as opposed to only giving it out and not getting anything in return, or at the best, very little. Card number 3 is the Four of Cups. I feel like this is this person offering you this cup and you're not taking it. I feel is what we're seeing with that Four of Cups there. I feel like that's how this person was towards you. It's like you gave your love, and they kind of just sat there entitled, like it didn't even matter. When you were giving them everything, they were giving you nothing or very little. And they acted like it wasn't much. They acted like you weren't much, like you weren't worth much. They could have picked on things about you or tried to make you feel inadequate in some way. Or they just didn't celebrate your wins. Like you could have had an achievement and they kind of were just like, I don't really care. It doesn't involve me, so I don't really care. In fact, it kind of puts the spotlight on me, and now people are going to be wondering why I'm not as good as my partner, or why I'm not as good as my sibling, or there's a lot of comparison coming through here, and that's a very unhealthy dynamic that I grew up in. My grandmother, she used to compare me and my cousin like every single time we went to lunch, and we went to lunch probably every week for a period of time. For years, and every single time, and I love my cousin, it's not her fault. I don't even know if she knew about that, and it didn't change my views on my cousin. I'm just saying, it's like every single time, well, she's getting her master's and this and that. It was always putting me down and comparing me to the person that you're supposed to be. And that's just one example of many. And if my cousin does happen to be watching this, I do love you, and I know it wasn't your fault. But anyways, there's something about that here. Let me see if there's any more on this. Let me get the medium-sized deck and see if we can get any more, pull out any more on these. And then we'll close. These sorts of dynamics, they just rip your heart out and stomp on it, though. It does make you feel degraded. I wrote an album called Dehumanize. It's like it makes you feel less than human. It makes you feel like you're not a human being. And it's because, in a way, in these people's eyes, you're not. You're a high vibrational being that they feel that they can just connect the, they can siphon it right out of the car and you won't even notice, or they can steal $1 million out of your proverbial bank account and you won't even blink an eye. So in a weird way, it's like a backwards compliment, because I don't think they see you as human. I think they see you as more than human. And especially if they're connected to dark entities, those entities are very aware of who you are as a person. We have the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Page of Swords, the Lovers, and the Four of Cups, please. And then we'll close. But with this Four of Cups, that can be, and I'm not a doctor, let's just pop on the clown nose. Let's bring in TW, the trigger warning clown today. Here he is. Boom, boom. I'm not a doctor, but this can be depression, and whether it's this person's depression or yours, these sorts of dynamics just, they prolong those sorts of things. We do have the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This stuff affects your confidence over time, and it's a slow burn. Even if you feel like it doesn't affect you, it does. And I'm not trying to be discouraging. I'm just saying, we also are responsible to treat our own high vibrational energy with respect as well, to not just flippantly throw it around with any dynamic. The Tower coming out with the Magician. Remember how I was talking about how this person was going to come in and they were going to observe, what buttons they could push, what things are going to make you blow up, what things are going to make you cry, what things are going to make you get all huffy, what's going to upset you. They're a magician. For some of you, this person's a literal shapeshifter. And they're an ancient soul tie of some kind. I'm hearing dating back to ancient Egypt. Yeah, just open up to the Lovers. This person could have been like a lover in a past life. With the Chariot, I feel, and there is like ancient Egyptian mythology on the sphinxes, referencing that. But I feel like this person's a magician for a lot of you here, whoever this person is. They're trying to cause a tower. They're trying to break you down. For some, they're just looking for information so that they can come back again more prepared, because they don't know who the new version of you is now. They're trying to start drama. They're trying to start fights. They're trying to see what's gonna upset the collective. What's really gonna, because they've seen that you've changed in some way. I mean, don't exactly know how. They don't really know what things are still going to affect you anymore, because you've really ascended here. And so they're trying to see if you still have your old wounds or not. Like, what wounds can we pick here? And why do they do this? For a lot of people here, it's because they need your energy to literally survive. They've been running off it for a long time, and they view you as an extension of them, which is very narcissistic. They don't see you as your own person. They see you as a piece of property that they've lost connection with. We have the Ace of Cups here coming out with the Lovers. So I feel like this is just showing you'll meet this person with love, but just stay detached. You stay detached emotionally. But it's showing that even in your detachment, you're still showing up as the Ace of Cups. So even when you do detach, See, because you're a positive magician. You want the best case scenario for everybody involved. And I feel like that's what you're manifesting. This person's manifesting a tower. You're manifesting the Ace of Cups. How can this, how can this be love somehow? And I'm not saying that you need to stay with this person if it's a lover. I'm just saying, because for some of you, there might be complications here. We do have 2 pages. You might have children with this person. Or this might be like a family member, like a sibling, and these are your nieces and nephews, or these are your cousins, or this is, maybe you don't want to disconnect from the entire family, or, an entire group. We have the 3 of Pentacles coming out on the 4 of Cups. I feel like this is showing that, and with the 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, this is somebody from your past. This could be your father. This could be, just somebody that you looked up to in a way. You thought that they knew something that you didn't know, but you're starting to realize, like, no, they're wearing a blindfold. They're wrapped in ropes. They don't know what they're talking about. I need to protect myself. And if father doesn't resonate, it doesn't have to be just the Emperor can be a father. But it can also be a partner, right? It can be a brother. It doesn't have to be a man either. This could be just a powerful figure within your family. This could be somebody that does have power, but they just don't use it correctly. Can I have one more on the 3 of Pentacles? And this person is a soulmate. For some of you, they're a past life soulmate, and that's why they feel like they can't let you go. But I feel like you already know that you have to let them go. We have the 9 of Swords coming out here. It's like a never-ending nightmare with this person. It's like they just keep doing the same things again and again and again, and you want to work together. You want to be a team. You want life to run smoothly. And just because you're a strong person with the Strength card doesn't mean that you have to live in a perpetual state of terror in order to just get this person to be regulated. I feel like a lot of you are always just like on pins and needles. Like, I need to make sure I don't do anything wrong here for this person to explode so that my life can have peace. Like, you feel like you have to respond to this person the second they text you. It's like, the interesting thing I see in the dynamic here, though, is that you're actually the more impressive person. So if anything, they should be on your waiting list. And they make you feel like you're not worth much. And that's why, for me, this is a spiritual attack. And I'm sure a lot of you relate to this as well, especially if you feel like you're in your calling and you're always having people trying to distract you and sideline you and keep you in a low vibration so that you can't do what you're meant to do. The devil with the Magician, really? It's just sick. They're holding back God's plan. Drake, God's plan. They're holding back God's plan. Just, they need to come face to face with that reality. With the Devil and the Magician and the 9 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles, some of you, these people are working behind the scenes to purposely keep you in a state of depression and low vibration, and like you can't enjoy your life, and the second you start to feel happy, it's like you slide back down the mountain on the mud. You climb back up, you slide back down. This person wants you in that position for life. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. This person is a magician. They are an energy vampire. And they feed off of your pain. And they set up elaborate plans, are the words that I'm getting, with the 3 of Pentacles involving other people in order to keep you in this position of feeling downtrodden and like you're not good enough and no matter how hard you try, you just can't get up the mountain. No. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I don't agree with anything like this in anybody's life. You're a demon. You're literally you're showing up as a demon. Look at that. Take a look at that. You are a demon. And not all demons are bad. Sometimes it's good to have a demon on your side, right? You know, I work with the dark forces, the true dark, like Hades, Hecate, Lilith. And they're not demons really, but I'm just saying it's like it's not all about the Christian version of what I'm saying here. Like, oh, demons. I'm not talking about it like that. I'm saying this person is demonic. Like they're intentionally trying to harm you with a calculated plan and everything. I'm seeing them with like a calendar. This person could even be involved with like astrology. Like they know like this is not for everybody. They know your birth chart information, so they're looking at the transits to try to see when the best time, when you're gonna be most vulnerable, and when they can come in and attack. But we have the Nine of Pentacles. That's what this person's gonna be faced with, is this. That you are, for some of you, this is the battle of codependency, and I know it well. You're breaking away from a pattern of codependency from this person or people or this way of life or whatever. This could even be like a substance that you rely on to like get through the day or something like that. And no judgment here. This is a no judgment zone, right? Nine of Pentacles can be like being able to do something on your own and successful at that. Like your bills are paid, you look good, people like you, you're an upstanding individual, you know, you have plans in process. And it's like they want you right back here where you belong in their mind. They believe that they own you for some of you. I'm seeing something about like past life war timeline or something like that as well. Like a prisoner of war or something like that with the Hermit. I would just hermit away from this energy. Because for some of you, you don't even know who this is. I know what I said at the start that with the Ten of Cups and that this is like an intimate person that you've known for a long time. I'm going to say this quick because I don't want to lose you. This is my belief. These sorts of ancient entities that believe that they have the right to like your soul and your energy and stuff, these magicians, these shapeshifters and stuff, they're shapeshifters. I believe that they can, I'm not exactly sure how it works, but I've seen it throughout 30 years. I've seen it throughout my life. To the point where I studied demonology for a long, long time. And when I used to have my ministry, people would come to me for like exorcisms and stuff. I don't do that anymore. But anyways, my point is that I've seen it again and again. These entities, I'm going to call them, they can come in the form of other people that you don't even know. So they'll show up as like a new love interest, and I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying I've seen it again and again in my own life, and I'm a 12th house stellium. They'll show up as a new love interest, a friend, a boss, and it's like they have this weird familiar vibe to them. And it's like this entity's way of being able to put on all these different faces in order to, like, they want to play the boyfriend. They want to play the girlfriend. They want to play the boss. They want to play the neighbor that hates you and that causes problems, you know, because your tree leaf is a little bit over their side of the yard. They take pleasure in that. They want to be everything in your life. They want to be the main character. Everybody's them. At the end of the movie, the credits are just them. There's no other characters. There's only them. So we can't feed these things. These are entities. well, that's my mom, that's my dad, that's my brother, that's my sibling. I just open up to the devil again. For some of you, they see you advancing and they are coming in. Again, I'm hearing the words to get a piece of that quote unquote pie. They want a piece of that pie. They don't love you. They don't care that you're growing and expanding. This is a Jupiter energy with the Wheel of Fortune. They don't care that if they take you out of the ring, that people's lives are at stake. They don't care that this is your divine purpose. And it doesn't have to be that. I'm just saying as an example for some here, a lot of you guys are readers and you guys are wonderful people that help the collective raise their vibration even just by being yourself, right? You don't have to do anything extraordinary. You existing raises the vibration of the collective. It's like they're coming around at a pivotal point in time. They're doing it on purpose, right? And for some, if you confronted them on that, they'd be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. In the same way that I confronted my grandmother about the fact that her father was a 33-degree Freemason, and she's like, oh, it's just a sorority. It's not anything. And I was just like, all right. Anyways, they're never going to admit it. So, yeah, I love you guys. I hope this was helpful. Stay safe out there. Be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. And understand, I'll bring my minister roots back in just to say this. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, right? You're not just looking at a human being with a lot of these people. They're ancient, they're connected to ancient entities. That's my experience, King of Swords. Doesn't have to be yours. I'm also very cerebral. We have an Aquarius energy coming through here. I also can sit in a room of, very cerebral people and be like, yeah, that does sound wild, but I can't deny what I've seen and what I've experienced on a personal level as well, and what I've experienced from thousands and thousands of people throughout my career. Even though I wouldn't call it that, I call it a vocation and I call it a calling. But yeah, look, the Judgment card. For a lot of you guys, there's dark forces trying to stop your calling, but all they can do is slow you down, really, at the end of the day, right? Because you're that 9 of Pentacles, remember? 3 of Pentacles, you have your guides behind the scenes helping you. Especially if you're feeling tired, worn down, if you're struggling with darker thoughts and stuff like that, I would cry out to your guides, your angels, connect with your spirit team, especially if you've just been through a betrayal, and take your time to heal. 3 of Swords. Don't just be like, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm a spiritual person, and then just go on to the next thing. Take your time to grieve and heal and process through this stuff and, join, with the devil. The thing about the devil, and I'll say this last thing, it always reveals itself. It can't stand not to. It's like I had a period of time where I was very, very fascinated with watching the facial expressions of murderers and people that have done very heinous things, because I just, they always are so proud of it. You know what I mean? Even when they're rotting in prison, it's like they're sociopathic. You see that smile come up on their face. So when you're dealing with these sorts of entities, they can't help but come around with the Page of Cups. It's like they're like, I'm here. They can't help but not show themselves, because for a lot of them, they're bored with the 4 of Cups. For a lot of them, they need to start drama. And for others, it's because they're dwindling. It's like a fire that's going down in the winter time, and there's only sparks remaining, and there's no wood in the fire. So they're coming to take from your resources to put into their fire to keep it burning, because they're cold and they're dying and they're going into a time of hibernation, and they need your energy to survive. And they feel like it's their God-given right to take it from you. So you can't convince them out of that. You can't say, well, what about me, and what about what I care about and stuff. They see you as an energy source, and that's that. I'm sorry. I've had to learn that. And of course, there's going to be some people that watch us and be like, wow, that seems like kind of extreme. I don't know if everybody's case is like that. It's not. I'm making this video specifically for the people that this resonates for, because I didn't have resources like this. Like, I had to find the weird woo-woo, like, fringe science, like, demonology books, and was trying to grasp at straws, trying to piece all this shit together when I was like 15, losing my mind, thinking that, you know, the shampoo bottles were watching me in the shower. It's like, no, it's because I was sensing eyes on me in the spiritual dimension. I wasn't crazy. I was gifted. And that's why I put together a series years ago called Crazy or Gifted. Because a lot of us here, we deal with this sort of stuff. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't get help if we need help, you know, especially if we're going through a dark time and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean you're crazy. That means maybe you've been pushed to the brink. You know what I mean? And it's always good to get help and to be able to like talk about things and stuff. But I can't promise you that a therapist is going to agree with anything I've said today. Right? So yeah. I love you guys. It's been Missy Gordon, the Meta Mystic here. It's always great to have you guys. I love each and every one of you. I want to take a minute to thank those of you who donate to the show. I really, really appreciate it. And if you want to book a personal reading, you can always email me and ask me for my pricing, and we can set up a reading for you. And I offer pre-recorded video readings as well as written email readings, whatever works best for you. I send you a picture of the spread, and then I go through and explain the cards and explain any other intuitive downloads that I get about your situation. So if you're interested in that, just send me an email. And remember, you can always listen to the show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. EST, as well as on my YouTube channel at The Meta Mystic. So much love to all of you, and I will see you on the next one.